It is very pasty. You need to start working on that fake tan, man. And I'm getting a little message here from Ips, my fellow crack clanner, and he's saying that people are still going to use it. It's just a minor warning.
We're live, Admirable.
Oh no!
Did you notice that you were talking about Ips? So we're talking about that. We're going to take over the middle here, very passive, as is expected from Gullywash. Flo's going to get aggressive on the point here. Kalho and Kun going to go and do some cleanup on the Spary and Daleth. Stark is going to get in to take down Kalho. Meanwhile, it's going quickly to Decerto's way after the initial spur of kills from Quarantine. But QN are still up 3-1, and their medic got into a very good position there to defend himself from AcidReniX's aggression. Quarantine will take the first middle, keeping 3 players up. They will have their medic still alive, and they'll move through to choke here. Decerto do get a nice wave of spawns here. 4 players alive, and Quarantine just do not have the support right now in yard to take this. I did see a soldier jump up top here. Let's see if we can spot where he has disappeared to. And I'm blind because I definitely cannot.
Well, right now, I'd just like to apologise for my unprofessionalism there, DGC, and say this is VanillaTV with Admirable, DGC, and Warden on the stream right now. We are here for the second map of the ETF2L Season 13 fixture between Quarantine and Decerto. Quarantine currently with a 1-map advantage, but right now we're getting into the action as it looks like Quarantine want to push through on the big door flank here. The sniper of Stark is unable to get any angles, and there is 4 players 4 times on the point right now. Oh, kalho picks up Snyyppis, and it looks... Oh, Spy's there actually! Arcs with the Spy onto zappis. Strange choice of target there, but he does manage to get the pick, and...
It's the 1v1 on last though! Kalho is there fighting the sniper. Demoman's gonna come back. Spary's gonna spam the point and take him down. Stark did die there though. Flo's getting overhealed in main, trying to push in. Spary and Snyyppis, the only ones alive. Flo actually fails his jump. Spary coming out from underneath the point is gonna defend it and spam that soldier away, but he gets so much cap time there. Zappis is gonna rush in through main right now, our man of the map for Badlands, but he gets scared off. We'll get the kill on the Spary with a long range 3 damage shot.
Thanks for saving my ass there, DGC. I was having a little bit of trouble comprehending what exactly was going on. You were there with a steady hand on my tiller. Oh, baby. And right now...
I don't know what a tiller is.
Another little stalemate. That's a nautical term, DJC. It is the...
Why the hell do you know nautical terms?
It's the thing you steer a boat with, not a ship's
I thought
wing.
I knew things about you, Admirable, but clearly not.
It's Uber in here from Quarantine, and not even 90% yet for Spin. He's forced back into the spawn. Our stickies on the point though. Quarantine try and commit Kritzonite there for the bait on the point, but they don't get any time on it until Line jumps in, but he gets destroyed by the sticky trap, and now the Pounder Ripper comes in. And the back cap's on too.
Got Snyyppis. Arcs ran directly for the point there. As soon as they got the advantage of kills, Kalho could maybe go huge at the end there to take it away from Decerto, but Arcs is already on middle. And you see where Quarantine's counter to this is. We're going to sit here in yard with a nice little sniper action as zappis spawns on it. He's going to actually sit inside that forward respawn door where he's perfectly safe. All he has to do is tap comma and 2 to switch classes. Comma and 1, excuse me, I'm getting confused. Making his swap classes back to his forward spawn. He's going to keep his eyes on the choke right now, expecting Decerto's medic to come through that way. But honestly, the Uber advantage is not that big here. Feels like Quarantine might cost themselves a little bit by having this sniper.
Yeah, interesting thought there, DJC. Have we actually seen either of these teams pushing on Ubered so far in the entire 35 minutes of TF2 we've seen so far?
One time, Decerto pushed into yard, down 3 players with no Uber, and then won the Spire somehow. It's a miracle, but both Ubers are going to come out here. The force comes out by the big bomb out of, I believe that is Daleth, and he will in fact just drop down to the ground and effortlessly clean up Vikun. Everyone's focusing on the choke right now out of Quarantine. In fact, Flo's getting a double kill. Zappis actually getting in with a nice pick on a spin there, but we'll get taken down by Spary, and right now this is 3 versus 3. Decerto do not have the benefit of a medic though.
Yeah, interesting play. Quan got picked off right in the middle of that. Uber sort of engaged in the combo when they were still shiny, and then they really seemed to have deja vu there. They picked up Quan, looked around again, another scout was in, but this time he managed to pick up their medic. That was zappis onto Spin, and right now we see Daleth making a desperate attempt to make something happen on middle, not even getting the slightest bit of damage onto Kritzonite as Quarantine move forward. They're going to be coming into the sniper scope of Arcs though. He is waiting in spawn doing a zappis here. He's a prolific sniper, fires off one shot, misses Kalho's head right there, and that's probably going to instigate a big door push from Quarantine. Pushing in choke against that sniper is just asking for trouble, especially a sniper of Arcs' caliber. He's going to peek out here, but there's so many projectiles flying his way, he's not going to be able to get anything done before he gets taken out by a sticky. There's a back cap, oh sorry, not a back cap, it's the main cap here, DGC. Calm down, DGC. it's going to be ×3 on that point, and they just managed to brute force their way in here. Obviously, the Uber has just come up for spin. Wow, Quarantine up to push main. This is dangerous. They do come in with that charge, get the force off straight away, but they're not going to be able to get a positional advantage out of this as they opt to fall back out and heal up. Right now, kalho's dangerously low, gets finished off by Daleth, chased down there, and that means they're at a man disadvantage. Quarantine will have to hold here, I think. They're going to sit back and see if they can get a pick, maybe force an error. They do! Oryx peeks out into the lobby, trying to find out where Quarantine are at, get some scouting information as scout, and just gets punished there. So it's going to be one man down a piece, but the spawn coming in quicker for Quarantine. They could go non-Ubered here, but this is Quarantine, DJC. I'm not expecting it.
You're done talking, Admirable? Been about 4.5 minutes, you sure? You can keep going, man. I don't really mind.
DJC giving me a lecture about talking too much. What is this? Well, you know how to push my buttons, buddy. Me and you, we should step outside. I'm gonna yada.
I'll just wave some Jägermeister in your face and the fight will end instantly. Don't be too distracted to do much of anything else. So they have their defense set up right now. They've got stickies on that passageway from the water into the point. And this is the issue with pushing into Gullywash last. You have to pop so early, as Quarantine just did. Soldier going to jump right above that point. Kalho seems to love that position, but he's going to get focused down here. Decerto's Uber comes out late, but not really that late. And the back cap instantly started here. I didn't even notice. Decerto got so much cap time on that, and they got nice picks as well. Arx is in on middle right now, full health, drawing away all the attention, but the Soldier's going to come in. Kalho's going to pick the medic from underneath the point. That was crazy. And meanwhile, Decerto is going to not care and kill every single person on Quarantine. Every single person died.
Arx is everywhere. Did he initiate that back up, then fell back to choke and managed to pick up the medic as he got separated from Fu? He's just, he's sort of playing out of his skin here, keeping his team. It is still 0-0 DJC, 23 minutes left on the clock, but it is an Uber advantage right now for Decerto's spin, but it's a pretty small one. I'm not sure if they're going to push off it, especially with a sniper there in the middle. That's a long line of sight right there from where Zappis is standing currently, DJC.
Yeah, this is kind of an aggressive sniper play out of Quarantine because they're holding mid and they're the ones you would reasonably expect to push. But in a way, for Quarantine, the style they play, this is a really defensive maneuver. They're saying, just come into us on middle. We don't really care if you try and take this position because we have our defense set up. You'll have to push into our sniper who's on fire today, or at least was for the first map. Body shot, fully charged, going to go off there on Daleth, taking him down to about 100 HP. They're going to try and get the early force out. In fact, they do spin pop so early. Daleth gets air shot trying to rocket jump in as well. Snyyppis is going to take down kalho with a nice delayed bomb though, and that will at the least force Quarantine out of middle, but Vicun's going to get in and take the pick out of stop.
Oh, he gets one rocket onto the medic. Spary manages to baste him though, gets helped out by Arx there, and the Uber has actually ended up with a 3-on-3 situation, but the medic of Kritzonite is separated from Fu. He doesn't need those heals though, because he finds a homing pipe onto Spary, who's decided to back out here with that heightened disadvantage. There's a sniper as well here. Zappis peeks but doesn't get any frags out of that, DJC.
You can see that this does kind of work out in Decerto's favor. They pop their Ubers so early. They're now sitting on 80% to the 25% of Quarantine, so they'll get a second crack at this. Need to find some way to get in without that sniper causing problems, though, as he did get some nice shots onto Daleth that forced the Uber early. In fact, they're going to go through choke instantly. Very early pop once again, but this time they know that they have a few more seconds before that counter Uber comes in. Kalho is going to die instantly. Decerto not content. They will get Lime as well, and there's a sniper in yard, so this demo man is just kind of stranded. But Vicun's going to go in from behind and take down the Soldier. Snyyppis, he's going to get annihilated by Stark on the comeback though, and Daleth is in deep, stranded down behind the rock. Zappis is pinning him down. Daleth with a nice rocket jump off of the rock to get away through choke. But the Uber's up for Quarantine, but the problem is they have that sniper. Their spawns are still a few seconds away. They have no scouts, so no capping power. So what would you do in this situation for Quarantine, Admirable?
Yeah, if I was Quarantine, I would push, but I'm not Quarantine. So I'm not even sure if they're going to push, but I think this is actually a big enough Uber advantage that they are going to go for it. Here they come, Ubered already. They're going to try and bomb up with Decerto well positioned here. Arx is hoping for a miracle. I don't know who he's trying to kill right there. 4 Ubered players in his face. He was aiming for a scout but got juggled at the last minute, and it looks like Quarantine are going to cap this point. But the only real pick they got from that Uber was Arx. Actually, there is action going on the flanks as Zappis finds Snyyppis. Stark goes down to Kwon, and Quarantine look like they want to re-push here. They've just spotted that demo man of Spary getting dropped down below, forcing Spin to come in and save him right there as I get a little bit distracted. IRL, DJC, please continue.
I guess someone came in and goosed Admirable right now. Daleth gonna get the shotgun pick on a Vikun, and Arx is gonna take down Kritzonite. Spary cleaning it up onto Flo, and Arx will get a second kill as well. Decerto just pushing straight through the choke here, making plays happen right now. Zappis is gonna be forced to back up to last, and Lime, who was hoping to sit on the upper and make a play right there, just is forced back. You will see Vikun spawn onto the Pyro, and the heals are gonna come up for Quarantine. Arx knows he has plenty of time here to make a play of suicide and come back. Gonna run straight for the point, and the distraction by the rest of his team will help him out a lot. He will get a pick on the Lime, and that will mean that Decerto will have a very tiny window here when they get their Uber to push in with Lime down. Arx has the same spawn, but I think they'll take that trade of a scout/utility class for the trade of a nice big soldier. You'll see that Vikun's going to stay on the Pyro here. Kalho is up on the soldier. Zap is going to be defensive. Sniping Lime's going to spawn right now.
On the right from Decerto. The bomb in. They go for the point, not frags. They get so many players on the point, just overwhelmed there. Quarantine weren't paying attention as Decerto came in from that riverside. Opted not to go for that medic at all, just getting as many players as they could on the point, and there wasn't enough damage from that sticky trap to be able to deny them. Interesting play there, but it worked out for them. That's going to be 1-0 to Decerto here with 20 minutes remaining on the clock. This is VanillaTV with Admirable DJC, and the Warden on the stream. We're off to another middle DJC.
Spary's in the valley right now, spamming some stickies up above. Going to try and walk up the right side with his medic, but some miscommunication here as Spin's heals coming in late. But Decerto's going to push forward off of this. Daleth going to get a nice double kill onto Zappis and Flo. Snyyppis in as well, but both scouts in onto the medic right there. Vikun's going to get taken down. And right now, Quarantine in very bad position in the enemy's choke point. Honestly, if I'm Decerto, I cap this and I just say, screw these guys, we're going to go take second from you.
Yeah, they should be pushing already, to be honest. They opt to like commit 5-6 players to cap there. Didn't lose a single player and killed 4, yet opt to just slow things down so much. They are going to get forward here. Obviously, that combo is coming from behind right now. It is Kalho and Kritzonite coming in, and the Uber's being forced off from Spin in the lobby. They're going to push ahead to last. Kritzonite finally pops, but already there's so many players there. Wow, that was a strange situation, DJC, but a quick round there from Decerto. Have the floodgates opened?
See the problem with that middle there. I mean, on Gullywash middle, you're kind of left with one choice. You either take your side and play very passively, or if you want to get aggressive at all, you have to take the enemy side. But if that aggression doesn't work out, your combo is trapped in no man's land. There's nothing Quarantine could have done differently there. They didn't have Uber in time, and they couldn't defend the middle. I'm going to watch Snyyppis right now in middle, though, and see what he can do. He's going to make the underneath play here, not going for the drop down, actually walking in and just getting a free kill on Kalho, who took down the pocket soldier. Stark is 1v1ing in the enemy choke, but Snyyppis is going to get the double kill on Kalho and Kun here, but Spin is on very low life. The Demo Man is peeking, but Spary's getting a nice pill into that cubby hole to take him down. And Spin so far has done a very good job of staying alive. It's 3 versus 2. Kritzonite's getting pressured out, has those needles out, and the rocket is going to come from line to save him from AcidReniX's brutal grasp as the meat shots were about to fly there. Spary has started the cap, and Daleth, as the first death, will be here as the first spawn. So Decerto are going to have the number advantage on this middle. Stark is also very close as well, and I don't think Quarantine are going to contest this at all.
You know, Quan probing a big door there, firing off a few wayward scatter shots, but no real lethal intentions there. He's going to back off and regroup with his team as both teams get into a defensive position. Just trying to find those picks, trying to find that angle, get that advantage before they push in here. But right now, it's really on Decerto to make the action happen, and they're going to lead with a scout here. Single Uber onto the scout to try and force. They do get it, but their medic is in danger of being juggled out. He does manage to get forced into drop down. There's a brief opportunity here for them to push with no real heals for Decerto, but they're not going to take it. Quarantine really quite passive. They are finally getting around Kalho. He gets a couple of rockets but decides to fall back because Fu is already low. Really solid play here from Quarantine. Not willing to take too many big risks. But I think they could have had an opportunity there. Medic on the floor, that was positioning advantage for them, but they chose not to do it, DDC. I'm going to respect them.
This is kind of the issue where it's like Quarantine are going to play what is the smart route, but smart doesn't necessarily mean winning. You can make the right play every time, and that probably was the smarter, safer play. You don't risk anything, but you also don't gain anything. And with being down 2 rounds to none, Quarantine really can't afford to play that, especially with the time ticking away. This is Gullywash, so that rounds can get long and draw on for quite a while. We're down to about 15 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game.
Here comes Kalho, Uber straight in, gets the force off from his opposite number, Daleth. Both Ubers traded on choke, but the real battle's going on the flanks as Zappis picks up Snyyppis, and now the scouts and soldiers of Quarantine trying to stream forward, but Stark denies Zappis. That's the big frag machine down, and right now Spin and Spary looking a bit scared, backing off as Arx goes in and tries to trade on the Demo Man, but Fu finds them with one last pipe, And Quarantine gonna cap this middle. Decerto got stickies on choke, but they are badly outnumbered. They need to get out of there. They need to get up top or into the lobby. And Spin is already making inroads up to that highland there of the balcony. And right now, it looks like Quarantine are gonna walk in here. They're not gonna jump in too speedily. Doing things slowly and steadily, as we expect from Quarantine DGC.
You know, a few times tonight we have seen the battle of the Piss Brothers on the flank determining the results of these fights. You see the bomb coming in there from Snyyppis, and he's going to lose that battle. Just gets taken out by everybody. The Decerto are close to Uber, but not anymore as Lime makes a brilliant play bombing into the balcony, taking Spin down. Lime will die for his efforts, but he'll take that every time. Arx is going to have to run back into spawn and switch class quickly, but I think he wants to go for a shot here. He wants to brave it, but no, he's going to back it up. They know the Uber's up for Quarantine. They know they have no heals right now, and in fact, Vikun has made his way into the water, and I've seen some magical things happen in the water in the past, but I think Vikun's just going to be able to walk onto the point here and get this cap for free, but Snyyppis comes in from above, raining down the rocket hellfire, but it is not enough as Quarantine will take their first round with 14 minutes left in the game.
Decerto will sort of gift wrap that one for Quarantine. I feel they could have given up on second, sort of backed off, bought enough time to get an Uber of their own up, or at least have 6 players alive to hold last, but really gifted it to Quarantine. We're going to go to another middle here. Both demo men coming in on the ground, spamming stickies up. The scouts of Quarantine taking a little bit of damage, forced to drop down again, and the medic, that's Kritzonite playing on the floor. He opts to push under again. This is interesting strat as Fu and Kritzonite push under, but get destroyed with that high advantage. And this soldier who drops down, Snyyppis on the drop down there for Decerto, just cleaning up. Oh, that push under is just really, really dangerous. I don't know. Ooh, this is from the back page of their playbook. DGC, I'm not too sure about that one. I've got my head in my hands. I'm trying to work it out.
I think they're probably going to tear that page out of the playbook right now, light it on fire, throw it in the trash, get rid of it in whatever way they can, as it has cost them dearly. They're down 80% on Uber. They have lost both points right now, and they have to defend their last, but it's not going to matter. Zappis gets nice headshots, takes down AcidReniX there before the push, and there's now 50% Uber advantage in favor of Decerto. They pop it, and they're running straight to point. They know how to play Gullywash, just get cap time, but they're losing players in exchange. Kalho with a nice 2 trade, and in fact, Decerto are going to wipe pushing in here because they just... I don't know, man, they had the right idea with focusing the point, but I don't think they focused the things that got onto the point, which is kind of the phase 2.
Yeah, this is a push that my colleague Ips calls it the Monster Munch, where you bomb your soldiers Ubered onto the point and use them to try and draw the attention, but I guess they just didn't hit their shots that time. Another TF2 cliche for you there. Didn't do enough damage, and it's going to be a hold from Quarantine, and now they have the opportunity to push back out. It's going to be equal Ubers here. Could we see Quarantine doing a non-Ubered push? I doubt it, DJC. I doubt it.
I think we had some stream issues that I wasn't aware of. It looks like Warden's PC has crashed, but we're back now, hopefully. Or maybe we just never disappeared at all, but apologies if that was indeed the case. I would hope it's not the case, but I really can't tell. I just saw a message pop up in chat. But we are going to see that the Ubers are pretty much even here. Quarantine going to wait and sit on this for now, at least. I mean, there's 12 minutes left. Quarantine can afford to play their style for a little bit longer here. But I just don't know how much longer. They can wait and wait for the Decerto mistake, but they're not going to. They're going to push aggressively here. Pop their Uber, move Scout and Soldier into middle. Scout's going to be doing a ton of damage here. In fact, going to clean up Daleth with help from his demo man. Zappis is in under the point with an overheal, flanking up behind onto the sniper. Why is there a sniper? Why is Stark on sniper? He gets taken down very easily, and Zappis is going to get some great damage out there. There's one soldier left in middle trying to just tunnel vision down that medic, but he will get taken down as well. Lime in on the flank as well, takes down AcidReniX. Right now, there's a huge Uber advantage in favor of Quarantine, and go ahead, Admirable, say your brilliant premiership thought.
I just feel like Spary really dropped the ball there. He turned his back on the choke. He tried to turn around and deal with that scout. I think he should have just had a little faith that his teammates could handle it, because as soon as he had no stickies on that choke, Quarantine just walked in for free. I know there was no Uber in the equation anymore, but he's still a demo man. He's still an absolute badass. He really needed to face forward and not turn around there. Just let them in for free. It was only a one-man advantage after Daleth had gone down. But right now, Quarantine coming in, looking strong. That Uber, they haven't managed to force Spin yet, because he doesn't have it yet. He's an 83%, and it looks like gone to a pause, DJ.
This is the very definition of anticlimax. Let's take a look at some players right now. Lime's rocket, dramatically off course, like 7 degrees at least. Daleth's meanwhile is going to land, probably hit 2 players for about 50 damage each, but they're both pretty well healed. It's not going to matter too much for them. The heavy is a bit out of position, going to get sticky spammed off by Flo right now. That Ubered Scout's going to have free reign on the point. I'm not sure there's anyone to stop him, because I don't think there's anyone underneath the point right now for Decerto. No, there is not. That heavy's going to have to drop quickly. Daleth is above the point, but it's up to his reaction time to get down there and take down the full 185 zappis with 2 other players focusing on him. Meanwhile, Spin is sitting on 83% in the spawn. That's a good 9 seconds of waiting, maybe 10 even, to get that Uber up. He's got his Demo Man and Heavy there, but I just don't know if Decerto are going to do this. They're really out of position to defend this, ads.
Yeah, they've got no one in the water right now either, so if any players of Quarantine want to get under there and get behind them, they can do that. They don't necessarily have to commit to the point initially, but they can really draw this fight out as long as they want to. But it looks like that Soldier is in trouble, and no stickies on the point. It's going to be tough for them. I mean, Spary's there, but he's about to eat stickies from Fu. There's another one coming his way. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to block. I'm feeling Quarantine right now. I'm feeling Quarantine, man. Definitely.
And you know what's really worrying for Decerto as well? If the initial defense for Decerto goes brilliantly, they're still not going to have Uber by the time Vikun is in this fight. And they're not in a position where, even if they do get that Uber and use it, they're going to get any kills, because they have a heavy, they have a soldier, Daleth, who's probably going to die or be taken out of the fight very early here by this spam. That heavy's not going to do much, that Demo Man's going to take a ton of damage. It really doesn't look good for Decerto. But they do have 6 alive, they have Arcs on 48 HP right now on the ground behind the combo, so he's probably going to be a non-factor here. The Uber's very close to expiring.
If you have just joined us, we are currently in a pause of the ETF2L Season 13 powered by TT Esports fixture of the Premier Division Week 1 between the Quarantine and Decerto. This is the second map. This is CP Gullywash, and there's about 10 minutes left, although that clock keeps ticking down, DJC.
I failed to factor in one thing, Admirable. Look at Snyyppis' positioning right now. He's in the waterway right now. As soon as he realizes what's going on last, obviously he realized it in real time because this pause is about a minute and a half in the future, but Snyyppis is going to be able to come back to last pretty quickly. He's on pretty good HP, still overhealed. He's going to be on about 190 by the time he makes it back into the fight. So he could swing this in way of Decerto. I didn't even notice he was there. If it were just the 5 Decerto players who were in the main battlefield right now, I think this would go Quarantine's way very easily, but I think that Decerto will actually be able to hold this when Snyyppis' reinforcements come in.
Yeah, nobody's spotted Arcs either. This is something I see a lot on Gullywash whenever I play with my team, that there's these players that are behind that no one's looking at. Everyone's looking forward, trying to deal damage to that combo. Arcs is a prolific sniper. He could do some big damage in a very short space of time, and Snyyppis is there. But I'm still going to go with Quarantine anyway, DJC. You know, I'm not going to do a U-turn here. I'm sticking with it. I haven't heard anything on Steam as to what the technical problem is, so hopefully it's not going to be too long of a pause. But as DGC said, this is Source TV, so there's a 90-second delay. This passage of play wasn't actually paused right in the middle as it appears to us, but probably maybe when a round ended or something like that, I guess, DJC.
The offending computer was Kalho. As I checked the server details, and in real time he has disappeared from the server. So in 1 minute and 90 seconds, expect Decerto to benefit greatly from Kalho's disappearance.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that is on a medal or what, but in a game this close with the clock ticking down as it is, it could end up being a deciding factor, but that's just one of the things of internet gaming, man. Sometimes you don't get the rub of the green, you get unlucky, and the unpause has come in. Take it away.
And it's not going to matter because Spary and Daleth clean it up plenty, but Vikun and Flo do matter in this fight. Uberstock kill going to come out from Kritzonite on Daleth, but the shotgun for Snyyppis is going to come out and take down Vikun. Kalho's the only one alive. He's on middle right now, and that was a very well done defense by Decerto. They did have to pop their Uber to do it, and Kalho is actually moving into the fight the sniper who's alone on point, but Spin is going to come back and give him some overheals. Snyyppis is in the choke right now, coming back. Going to get onto Kalho here, but it's not going to matter because a headshot and a body shot by Arcs. That is 200 damage. That is exactly how much a soldier has, and Kalho will die. Stark will go down, and it's actually Kritzkrieg up for Kritzonite right now as Zappis goes back to his Badlands form, gets a double kill. And right now, Flo is actually holding everyone out of lobby, but there are stickies everywhere. Kuhn's going to take down the enemy medic, and Decerto have no medic alive. No heals anywhere. Daleth's going to try and make the play, but he will get piped twice by Flo. And that should mean that with 80% Kritzkrieg and the cap finally earned with 10 seconds to go on these Decerto spawns, Quarantine should have this. Arc's going to get aggressive out of the demo man here. Sees the Kritzkrieg. has to respond to the crits right now, so Quarantine or Decerto should know. It's just a matter of where they come from. They actually come from the top left here, throwing them out of the pyro. He's going to reflect. Why are you focusing on the pyro? Snyyppis gets in from behind, takes down the medic. My points is going to go really high. Spary gets another kill on the zappis, but right now Fwo is moving through the water on 40 HP. Going to come up behind the medic. Gets 2 stickies on him. Oh, spin, dear lord. He goes down to the many sticky trap of Fwo, and Fwo's going to clean it up. Capture the point, pretty much a solo play there from the low health Fwo as he comes in from behind and makes a huge play to tie this up at 2-2.
Fwo doing a Cadis right there. I thought you were going to go straight into Prem by Cube mode, DJC, but right now we're going to be back on another middle as it is 2-2, as that Yank guy says. Both them men opting to roll in on the floor yet again. Be interesting to see if Quarantine want to try that under push, but no. Kritzonite is going to go up and try and mate his demo and choke, but Fwo is already 44 HP being forced out as the aggression comes in from Decerto on the right hand side on their perspective, but it's not exactly going as they had planned. Spin goes down early and it's going to be 2-on-2 Fwo and Lime versus Arcs and Stark, but now it's just Fwo, the man who just clutched the last point against 2 scouts. His stickies have not done enough damage so far. He finds a pipe and now it's Stark against Fwo. Stark comes out on top. Arc is going to be feeling a little bit beat out there as Stark went to the point instead of finishing off that demo, man. I would be heartbroken, DJC.
I would be heartbroken as well, Admirable, but this is Bash Arcs night because we're trying to win casters of the season here, Admirable, so we're going to take a dump on Arcs for that play. Why the hell wasn't he letting his scout bait him better, man? You know, you got to sometimes play the bait when you got 24 HP ads.
Yeah, man. He actually did a great job of catching that pipe, in fairness to him, you know. Didn't even need his catcher's glove.
Ate that like it was a... I don't know what the hell British people eat, but I'm sure there's something. But meanwhile, in the actual game, instead of the metagame here, Lime is going to take down 2 players. It's a solar in through choke. Snyyppis is going to take down kalho, but Lime went down with 3k. Arcs is dead as well. Zappis is in his lobby. I guess Arcs went in for the classic AcidReniX play, get behind and make stuff happen. And now Stark is kind of just chilling at his own front door, waiting for his medic to spawn, I suppose. And the spawns will come here. We're going to see a sniper up. Looks like Stark made the switch. He's going to rotate through the upper right now, try and get a shot from the balcony area.
I'm trying to find where QN are pushing from. They've opted to come in on that lower side, just mitigating any effect of the sniper. No Uber popped yet from Kritzonite, doing a very brave job there. Looks like they're going to pick this one up for free. And still, wow, my HUD needs to be reloaded at DGC. I can't even see these Uber percentages, but it looks like...
It's a push through main, Admirable. The
Spin doesn't have it yet, it gets picked off. Fwo online. Up, DJC, I don't know what's happening.
Well, Decerto kind of defended it pretty well by killing about 3 people, but it wasn't really enough because there was so much cap time earned already. The Quarantine just flooded everyone on top of it and got it instantly. It wasn't really a matter of not having Uber, it's just that there was too much for Decerto to defend. They did a very good job, about as good of a job as they could, but now it's 3-2. We have 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. We're going to watch another mid rollout here. I'm going to do the magical play. I'm going to watch Daleth, and he's going to go clutch all over this middle. He's in the valley right now, jumps up the left side, spots the soldier, tries to pre-fire, misses his air shots. Daleth hits the air shot after! Yes! Yes, Admirable.
You like that one,
Snyyppis is on the medic. Snyyppis with an air shot to take down Kritzonite as well. The double air shot middle, the rare double whammy where I actually catch both of them. Spin is still alive, but he's got aggression onto him. Bit of a fail surf there, but Lime will get cleaned up by AcidReniX. And right now, I think Quarantine do want to flood in. Zappis will come in with a 2-shot onto the already weak medic. He's trying to take down the demo man as well. It was nothing loaded. Zappis down to 17. Will get bottled. Eats that whiskey bottle right in the tooth there. And Arcs is going to try and get aggressive into the overhealed players at choke right here. He knows he can afford to die because it's not like Decerto really have much they're going to do on this play. Snyyppis is in the middle right now, getting pressure by the scout. Meanwhile, Stark is going to go in and take down Kritzonite. Very well played there. One scout dropped below. I believe that was Kuhn to deal with the demo man, but he needed to be there to defend his medic. And despite the fact that Spin went down so early there, Decerto actually going to be able to swing this into a small advantage, but kalho's so aggressive in through the flank right now, trying to take down that soldier, but Daleth will make it back to his medic, and Spin will get that early start on building this Uber.
You missed a big mistake there from Arcs. Opted to chase down a soldier frag instead of keeping his medic alive, but it doesn't even matter, DJC, because Kritzonite went and died anyway, but you had your chance there just to stick the knife in and twist it, man, but you didn't. Didn't do it, man. I can
still stick the knife and twist it in, Admirable. In a game with this level of players, why would I ever watch awful AcidReniX play this game?
Yeah, like,
bam.
Why did he even come back, man? You know, like, just give it up, mate.
Oh, really?
Nobody likes unlocks. Nobody likes arcs. Sling your hook, mate. You're not welcome round here.
There's no force of nature allowed in today's European TF2. Decerto actually going to drop a player as they pop in here. Spin will pop it a little bit too late to save Daleth. Stark is in underneath, however, gets spotted by the scout as he's trying to get up. He gets a little scattergun to the butt that surfs him up to the point. Meanwhile, the scout has gone into his medic. Stark with a great play to come back and take down Zappis, but Quarantine are able to push in here. Sniper in at choke. That is AcidReniX getting picked there, and AcidReniX. What are you doing on Sniper, man?
AcidReniX goes down. Oh wow, that's an important frag there for Quarantine. AcidReniX gifting it away, and there is caps going on both points right now. The back cap, it's Stark going solo against two, Stark on Lime and Stark on Quan, but he does not come out on top. And now Quarantine pushing forward. They've got the round advantage, they've got the player advantage as they pick up Spin. Arcs must go huge here. Arcs against 6. This is an easy situation for Arcs, but he fumbles it again. Arcs, oh my god, the easiest of plays. Can't find the words, DGC. This Arcs guy, what's he doing playing in the Prem? He's just not good enough.
I don't know, man. I mean, it feels like even with one arm, Tack could come back and outplay this kid, but whatever, man. People often don't judge their roster moves off of skill, you know?
He'd be kung fu-ing people, man. Karate chops in the face and stuff, but you know. Arcs. Runs another middle here, and it's a fairly defensive play from Spary, raining those early stickies onto Quarantine as they roll out from the big door. Both soldiers jump up, but they're already lost. They've already lost their buffs. We see Kalho's going to go and try and go for the drop down. He's going to find the medic here. He's on super low HP. He whiffs both rockets though, and Spin's going to stay alive. Kalho will go down to the stickies of Spary, but Zappis comes in, manages to pick up Spary, but the medic would have been a better choice there if he had the chance, because Kritzonite has gone down and it's only Quan alive, and this is an opportunity, a real opportunity for Decerto to get back into this. 3 minutes on the clock. If they cap now, they can easily tie things up, maybe even win. We could see a golden cap, DGC. Wouldn't that be exciting?
I'm trying to spot the playmaker right now for Quarantine, and it was going to be Vikun, but he just kind of got destroyed in a battle of 1v1 by Daleth right there. Going to see the Pyro come up here from the other scout. That would be Zappis. We've seen him do it on Pyro, or Scout. We've seen him do it on Sniper. We now get to see his opportunity to shine on Pyro. I'm going to keep my camera on him as the push comes in here. He's going to be a little bit late. He's going to deny the scout, but he gets meat shot pretty hard. Quarantine's still about 20 seconds away from their Uber right now, but they have so many players alive. Zap is the only death. Point being forced here by Stark will get onto it, and the kills will floweth as Quarantine dropped to defend it. That will make it 4-3 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game.
Nice play from Arcs there on that mid, picking that medic and really leading to this round back for Decerto. 2 minutes left, EDC. I think Decerto can do it. You know, I'm feeling the momentum here. I think Quarantine are going to crumble just a little bit. Right now, we see both scouts coming in for Decerto's getting onto that point, making it tough for the soldiers to jump up. Spary's there as well, doing a lot of damage as Quarantine come in. They're already weak, but kalho finds Daleth, and Lime finds Snyyppis. Quarantine soldiers coming out on top despite that big damage he took coming in the big door, and Quarantine look like they're going to take this one, DGC. They've got the man advantage. They're going to be looking for a big play from Stark here, maybe on the flank, but he's nowhere to be seen.
Coming in right now, though. He's unspotted. Shoots the medic a little bit too soon, but he still gets some good damage on him. In the meantime, Spary has gone down. Spin is alone. Retreating. There's a soldier onto him. He's only got a crossbow, but he has a soldier buddy coming out of the lobby to protect him. That will make the Uber 90% for Decerto, but there's not enough time left for them to swing this from last to last. They have to go back out onto this point to defend, and that is what they will do. I just saw Daleth get air shot by someone. I believe that it was kalho. And Snyyppis had to jump up top right there, but the Uber trade goes pretty even, but there's a soldier in behind right now doing huge cleanup work for Quarantine. Vikun will get both of the kills, but that damage was done by Lime right there. Zap is going to come in his own double kill, but Stark is trying to clutch this right now. He will not lose. He refuses, but he finally gets taken out after the double kill. And there's 50 seconds left in the game, and this may be a GG, but it's not game over yet. It's time for the last minute intense cast. It's time for AcidReniX to destroy all of our slander, all of our anti-arcs play today, but he's on 70 health right now, getting healed by his medic. He's trying to 1v1 this demo. He has no idea who to shoot. He's going into the lobby. Out of the soldier will pick kalho. Moving a little demo mode. Oh, he just held W. He ran in a straight line and ate both stickies and was destroyed. That's 2007 scout play out of AcidReniX, and that's why he's dead, and that's why the center of lost. Oh! Big plays on last, but the cap is going to go ×3. Quarantine will take it. 18 seconds left on the clock, and Quarantine will take this 5-3. And that is the game. That is a GG, and a very GG it was indeed.
DGC, let's wrap it up quickly. Gotta ask you who your man of the map was. Would it be AcidReniX?
No chance in hell. I don't actually know. I wasn't paying close enough attention to the individual performances to see. I feel like Kritzonite honestly played a pretty solid game, and honestly it's rarely a bad choice to go with the medic unless he had some heinous drops, and we didn't call out an Uber drop once tonight. Actually, no, we call that one Uber drop to that weird sticky trap. Damn it, Kritzonite, you ruined me.
Okay, I am gonna go with AcidReniX, you know, just because gotta show the guy some love. He did actually play pretty well for a TF2 geriatric, you know. He's just managed to get out of the retirement home, and he's still able to
to be
plug
honest,
away with these youngsters, man.
It's really easy to keep up with the other scouts of the game when you have a motorized wheelchair to zip around on.
Your shot mobility scooter zooming around there. I will say that you should check us out on VanillaTV2.org. That's our main hub. You can find the match ticker, articles, all sorts of wonderful stuff there, demos, VOD archives, you name it, you can find it there. ETF2L.org is the competition you have just watched. Go there, enjoy the league, enjoy the amazing forums. You can find us on IRC, #VanillaTV, at irc.quicknet.org, on facebook.com/VanillaTV.org, on Twitter @VanillaTV, on youtube.com/VanillaTV.org, steamcommunity.com/groups/VanillaTV, and Twitch. You're already there, baby. Click that follow button. This is twitch.tv/VanillaTV. You've been watching competitive TF2 on Vanilla TV with Admirable, DJC, and Warden, our Lithuanian lover boy, on the stream. What's up, Warden? Shout out to the teams. This was ETF2L Season 13, powered by TT Esports Premier Division Week 1 Quarantine versus Team Decerto. Quarantine coming out with 2 maps in the bag, 5-3 on Gullywash and 3-2 on Badlands, I believe. DGC, any final thoughts?
Right. Big shout out to Warden, because he was here, he dealt with some technical issues, he's our streamer for tonight. He doesn't get enough props when he does cast. A certain someone, not to name any names, Scully, forgot to mention him a few times last cast.
Scully. Who do I hear typing on Mumble? Anyway, thank you and good night.